Well, good evening and welcome back to Alterowitz Gym. Great Northwest Athletic Conference basketball is back. Well, it's been a little bit of a wild ride, but finally the debut of the 2022 calendar year is upon us. Hi again, everybody. Evan O'Kelly back with you as we flip the page to 2022 and the race to the GNAC Championships really starts heating up. 16 games left for these teams. At the end of it all, in early March, the top 6 in the conference standings will advance to the GNAC Championships. Still a long ways to go before then, but tonight it's Western Oregon University. They're at the top of the GNAC standings. They started 2-0 back in December, and MSU Billings, the hosts, of course, they started 1-1 in conference play. Well, nobody played last week, at least referring to these two teams. There was one or two conference games last week, but what's really everything's just getting postponed right now. It happened to these Yellow Jacket men last week. They could not make the trip to Alaska for a couple of reasons. Couldn't play the Anchorage games due to COVID and just couldn't get to Fairbanks. Just couldn't get there logistically with travel. The flights through Seattle, which is, of course, the main travel hub for this conference, are getting canceled and delayed all over the place. So the Yellow Jackets couldn't play either road game last week. Western Oregon was supposed to play St. Martin's. That one got postponed. And before that, they were off. So the Wolves, in their lone game last week, postponed because of COVID protocol, and it was supposed to be a doubleheader tonight, but the Yellow Jacket women postponed against number 7 Western Washington. The Vikings are in health and safety protocols as well, so the Jacket women supposed to play Simon Fraser here on Saturday. That game is still on, as is the Yellow Jacket men's game on Saturday against St. Martin's, and thankfully we're able to get this one in tonight, but just a bevy of changes throughout the entire conference. In fact, this is the only game that is going to be played tonight. There are supposed to be 4 conference games. The other 3, St. Martin's at Seattle Pacific, postponed. Alaska Anchorage at Western Washington, that's postponed. And Alaska at Simon Fraser, postponed as well. So the only conference action tonight on the men's side, and we are just moments away from tip-off.
We ask that you please rise, remove your caps, and face the flag for the playing of the national anthem.
Western Oregon entering tonight 3-7 overall on the season, but in first place in the early GNAC standings. They won both of their first 2 conference games of the year, swept the Alaska schools back in December. Their starting lineup looks like this. Yosani Clay is a junior guard out of Tomball, Texas. He wears number 0. Tyreek Price, the other guard, he's a senior out of Cincinnati, Ohio. He wears number 1. Dyson Hughes, the junior guard out of Inglewood, California. He wears number 10. The leading scorer for the Wolves and the fourth leading scorer in the conference is Cameron Cranston. He's a junior guard out of Vancouver, Washington, and wears number 30. And rounding out the starting lineup, John Morrill Keeler. He's a junior forward out of Port Orford, Oregon, down on the coast. He wears number 34. That's the starting five for third-year head coach Wes Pfeiffer. For Mick Durham's crew, it's going to be the usual suspects as the Yellow Jackets enter 5-7 overall on the year and 1-1 in conference play.
6'4" senior guard from Meridian, Idaho, #2,
Damon Thacker, the senior guard out of Meridian, Idaho, he wears number 2 back in the starting lineup. Harrington Wiggins, who's 5th in the league in scoring. He's a junior guard out of Flint, Michigan, and he wears number 13. Malik Briquette, the junior forward out of Pembroke Pines, Florida. He wears number 20. Nicholas Sebastio, the second-year freshman forward out of Scottsburg, Indiana. He wears 24. And the big man underneath, Jimmy Brown, the sophomore center out of Chandler, Arizona, wears number 45. Yellow Jackets were last in action on December 18th. They played at the Holiday Hoops Classic in Las Vegas. Split their games, defeated Rollins College 59-40, the lowest point total MSUB has allowed in a game since 1987. And that was after a narrow defeat to West Texas A&M, 59-57, losing to the number 4 team in the country. So when you look at the Yellow Jackets' schedule, boy, they've been neck and neck. Their lone GNAC loss of the season, 68-67 in overtime to Northwest Nazarene. And then a 2-point loss to the number 4 team in the country. So the Yellow Jackets enter at 5-7, but a lot suggesting that they are on their way to a promising 2022 schedule and just got to get in the top 6 to get into the postseason. That's surely the goal for Mick Durham's crew. His 4th season in charge of the program. Here we go, Yellow Jackets and Wolves. And for the first time in the new year, we are underway. Jackets wearing the all-white home uniforms. Thacker's got it on the opening possession. Working inside to Briquette. He's able to avoid the turnover on the pass from Sebastio. Jackets swinging it around. Thacker jumps inside the three-point line. Wouldn't go, and a whistle away from the ball. Foul going to be called on Malik Briquette.
Foul number 20, Malik Briquette.
Wolves will bring it down. It's Hughes running the point for Western Oregon, handing off to Price. Now Clay on the other side to Cranston. Driving up and under, layup blocked. No, instead they're going to call a foul on Sebastio. Nick caught Yosani Clay on his way to the rim. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Yosani Clay shooting 2.
Clay, the third leading scorer for the Wolves, 9.2 points per game. Also averaging 3.8 rebounds, and he's second on the team in assists, averaging 2.1 per game. Yosani's got the first point of the night. Just underway at Alterowitz Gym. Glad that you're back with us. It's been almost a month since the Yellow Jackets have played, and it's been almost a month since we've had a broadcast for you. December 11th was our last one. Clay hits both. The Wolves are in front early. Wiggins has some space, tries a jumper, and hits. Wiggins averaging 15.5 points per game. He's got the Yellow Jackets' first bucket of the night. The pass from Cranston thrown away. Here comes Briquette on the fast break, lays it up and in. Nice find from Damon Thacker. 4-2 Jackets after the first minute. Clay drives too strong with the layup. Thacker hits a 3 in transition but leaves it short. Clay's got the rebound. Now he'll try a tray on the other end and too strong with it. Thacker now will slow it down after a couple of sporadic possessions for each team. Wiggins around to Burkett. Leak back to Sebastio. And back around to Thacker, guarded closely by Yosani Clay. Now Cranston switches to Thacker, and the Jackets move it. 5 seconds to shoot. Thacker's going to have to let it fly from 3. Off the mark, and the rebound out of bounds off the hand of John Morrow-Keeler. So the Jackets catch a break there. They'll keep possession and have a fresh 20 seconds on the shot clock. Thacker's 3 left his fingertips with just about 2 seconds on the shot clock. Now a chance for the Jackets to get into a set, but instead Sebastio off the mark with a quick 3. Cranston tries his first 3 and just off the mark that time. He's averaging 17.2 points per game to lead these Wolves. Now Jimmy Brown going to work underneath. Sebastio. Back to Thacker, who's got an open look from the corner and got it. Damon Thacker's got his first bucket of the night. Jackets on a 7-0 run and got the early advantage. Clay has room for a 3. He'll step into it. Off the mark, and there's Wiggins with the rebound. So the Wolves have gone 3 minutes without a field goal. The only points coming from the free throw line. Jackets taking advantage. Now an open look. Instead, Sebastio passes it up for Wiggins. Driving layup's good. Making a 9-0 run for the Jackets. And Wes Pfeiffer got to be thinking about taking an early timeout. Instead, going to try and let his offense get out of this slump. Wolves are 0 for 5 from the field early on. Now a 3 from the wing, and finally hitting is Tyreek Price to break the dry spell. Thacker for 3 from the wing, off the mark. The rebound into the hands of Tyreek Price. And he throws it away. Going to be Yellow Jacket ball coming out of our first timeout. 9-5 MSUB, looking good through the first 4 minutes of this one. Well, no surprise, Carrington Wiggins has the early points for the Yellow Jackets. He's got 4 of the first 9 for MSUB. Comes in averaging 15.5 per game to lead the team and rank 7th in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference. So Carrington got it going early on. Damon Thacker hit a 3. The Jackets up by 4. And it'll be their ball coming out of the timeout. B.J. Shabazz into the game for the first time for MSUB. Same 5 for Western Oregon. No changes yet for Wes Pfeiffer. Also in for MSUB are the Emmanuels. Akpan Anajanaku, as Thacker's jump hook wouldn't go. But he's able to save the rebound to Emmanuel Ajanaku. They call him Big E and Little E. Ajanaku underneath. And Akpan on the wing right now. Wiggins steps into a jumper and hits. Carrington Wiggins, 3 for 3 to start this one. 11-5, Yellow Jackets in front. So the Wolves seeing if they can get some momentum from the three-pointer from Price. That's their only field goal so far. Morrill Keeler tied up underneath. Back out to three-point range for Tyson Hughes, but that won't go. Packer underneath to Ashanaku, and the big man slams it down. Good find, Damon Thacker with his second assist underneath. Cranston for three, won't go. Akpon's got the rebound. So the quiet start continues for Western Oregon. Shabazz kicks it out to Wiggins, corner three, leaves it short, and another offensive rebound. This one courtesy of Shabazz, who gets it back from Wiggins, and BJ Shabazz on the board. First double-digit lead of the night for MSU Billings, 15-5. New players at the next dead ball for both teams. Three on the way from Price, too strong. Now Cranston's open in the corner, and he finally hits. The lefty on his third tray of the night connects, and the Wolves really needed a bucket there. Maybe a foul called on Yosani Clay that time. Colin Warmouth in for Western Oregon, along with Keont Myers and Elahu Cobb. For the Yellow Jackets, Brent Finn, the senior, in for the first time tonight. 15-8, MSUB in front. Thacker drives and was fouled on his way to the hoop. That one's going to go against Myers, fresh into the game. Akpon finds Brent Finn. Now Shabazz is fouled underneath by Cranston. Boy, Cameron can't really believe that call. Well, it's been a tightly officiated game, at least for the first 6 minutes. A lot of contact underneath. Doesn't look like much, but it's being whistled early. Thacker off the mark with a three, and Warmouth has the rebound. Price gives it back out to Myers. Now he drives the lane, up and underneath, blocked from behind. It was Ashanaku, got up, got the board, and then drew the contact. Good stuff from the second-year freshman out of Nigeria. Hard-fought rebound for Big E. He's got a loud dunk and earned the Yellow Jackets possession that time. 13 minutes to go in the opening half. Jackets up by 7. Shabazz gets it over to Akpon, now into the hands of Damon Thacker, guarded by Price on the wing. Inside to Ashanaku, left hand off the glass, and a good finish. Emmanuel Ashanaku's got 4 points coming off the bench. Cranston's open at the top of the key. He hits again, back-to-back trays for Cameron Cranston. That's what he does. He's their leading scorer, and got to guard him a little bit closer than that. He shoots 44.3% from the arc on the season. And his last 2 trays, he's had a lot more space than I think Mick Durham probably would like. 17-11, Thacker, the fadeaway jumper off the glass, no good, but there's Emmanuel Ashanaku again, another offensive rebound. Thacker jumps from just behind the free throw line. Not sure if someone got a piece of that, but there's Ashanaku with another O-board, second of the possession. Now Finn for three. Brent Finn knocks it down. The Jackets up by 9. Cranston works it around to Warmouth, driving, looking for a pass. Now the Short jumper, left short off the fingertips of Cobb. Shabazz tries a deep three, left it well short. He was guarded by Cranston up top, and not a high percentage look for BJ Shabazz that time. Warmouth guarded by Akpan up top. Now Cranston drives, kicks to the wing, three on the way from Price. No good, and Akpan clears out the rebound. Thacker will slow things down. He and Ajanaku have had a good thing going, and Thacker was fouled from behind. The first two finishes for Ajanaku came from Thacker that time. Big E found Damon underneath, and ball didn't go in. That's because he was fouled. Timeout on the floor. Jackets in command through the first 9.5 minutes of this one. So the Wolves talking it over. As we mentioned, they started the GNAC season 2-0, beat Alaska Fairbanks by plenty, 99-74 on December 2nd, and then knocked off Alaska Anchorage 80-71. So a couple of fairly comfortable wins for the Wolves. But then they lost to Corbin, which is a NAIA school, on December 11th. That was their last time out. They fell 80-77 to Corbin, which is just down the road from Monmouth over in Salem. But the Wolves, hard to gauge with their record being 3-7 overall. You'd think that's not very good, but at the top of the GNAC standings, at least for now. So Thacker misses the first coming out of the timeout. Jackets up by 9. Damon trying to restore that double-figure advantage, but he misses both. A rare double miss from Dame at the line. Myers bringing it the other way. Now Cranston, quick catch and release. Cameron Cranston is heating up. He's got 9 on 3 straight three-pointers off his hand. That came after missing his first 2 looks from the arc tonight. He's hit 3 since. Now Burkett, who's back in, had it stripped away. No, he's fouled. New players on the floor as well. Jimmy Brown back in, along with Nicholas Sebastio. And Burkett, who's now at the line for MSUB.
Burkett at the line, shooting 2.
So Thacker going to sit down for the first time tonight. Carrington Wiggins back in, and for the Wolves, John Morrill-Keeler back in underneath. Well, Cranston's three-point shooting is the reason Western Oregon is still in this game. The deficit now at 8 points. It is early, but he's been the only one to hit a field goal other than Tyreek Price. All 4 of Western Oregon's field goals in this game have come from long range. Now Morrill-Keeler tries one. Can't get it to bank in. The Wolves do not have a 2-point field goal in this game. 4 threes and a couple free throws. Jackets working it around the arc. Wiggins coming off the screen from Sebastio. Now Carrington drives, takes it, and had it blocked, I think, by Cobb, who maybe got poked in the eye. He's still on the other end trying to get back down for the Wolves' offensive possession. Cranston, another three. That one just a little bit short, going to go to the Jackets. So Cranston had hit his last three three-pointers till that miss. Jackets holding their breath a little bit. But you can see why Cranston is the fourth leading scorer in the conference. He just knows how to get open from the arc, and when he is, he doesn't miss much, shooting 44% from long range, and he's 3 for 6 now so far in this one. So Cranston has come pretty much as advertised through the first 10 minutes of the game. 22-14, Jackets in front, inside of 9 minutes to go before halftime. Wiggins steps back into a three. At the buzzer, wouldn't go, and the rebound falling to Yosani Clay. Clay kicks to the wing. Now back out, Cranston, too much room, and he knocks down another one. Sebastio didn't close out fast enough. 4 trays now for Cameron Cranston, and the Wolves back to a 2-possession deficit, 22-17. Brown looking underneath for Briquette. Malik off the glass, left it short. Cranston's got the rebound. Now he drives. Left hand off the glass, won't go. Morrill Keeler had the rebound tipped away. Now a three from Yosani Clay. Too strong. Morrill Keeler another O-board, and he's fouled on his way up. So Morrill Keeler showing his presence underneath, and he'll be headed to the free throw line coming out of the media timeout. So the Yellow Jackets have led this game by as much as 10 points. They're up 15-5 early, but this last little stretch, Western Oregon getting back into it, 22-17. The score currently, 7:54 to go before halftime. Free throws coming up for John Morrill Keeler, who fought for a couple of offensive rebounds this possession, and his reward is a chance to make this a one-possession game. Ajanaku back in for MSUB along with BJ Shabazz underneath. Same 5 for the Wolves as they were going into the timeout, I should say, as Morrill Keeler rattles the first one home. He's the other double-figure scorer for Western Oregon, averaging 10.4 per game. He's got his first 2 of the night. He's shooting 64.2% underneath. The bucket this year is Morrill Keeler. He'll try the occasional 3, but most of those points coming in the paint. The Wolves, that's what they need. They don't have any points in the paint, yet they trail just 22-19 now. Wide open look for Carrington Wiggins. That one rattles out, and the rebound into the hands of Yosani Clay. He's fouled on the way down. Shabazz whistled for the foul. Now a chance for Western Oregon to tie this game. They led 2-0, but after that, the Jackets went on a 9-0 run. It's been MSUB in front ever since. Cranston, guarded closely by Sebastio, got a I think that's one of the points of emphasis in these early timeouts for the Jackets. And now Cranston, at the 7:15 mark in the first half, has Western Oregon's first 2-point field goal in the game. And we're down to a 1-point spread. It has been all threes and free throws for the Wolves until that finish from Morrill Keeler. Finn had some space, but couldn't get the pass to him quick enough. Now Brent drops the pass, and I thought he lost it out of bounds, but they're going to say it was off the hand of Yosani Clay. Staying with the Jackets, 6 seconds to shoot, so they'll have to come up with something relatively quickly. Wiggins guarded closely by Clay. 2 to shoot. Carrington lets a long three go and banks it in. Hey, the Jackets will take it. Had been a little bit of a cold spell there, but Wiggins knocks down the tray. Now Cranston responds by rattling home his 5th three. He has already tied his season high. This is the 3rd time this year Cameron Cranston has knocked down 5 threes, and we're still at the 6:18 mark in the first half. Wolves back within 1. Jackets clinging to the lead now. Wiggins steps back for a 3. Got it. Back-to-back trays for Carrington. Wiggins. He and Cranston going back and forth. Wiggins now with a dozen. Cranston for 3. Got it. Unbelievable. Cameron Cranston with 18 points. 6 3-balls for number 30. He's already passed his season scoring average. Might be destined for a shootout tonight. And Wiggins throws it over the head of Finn. Thacker back for the Jackets. Tyreek Price in for Western Oregon. And for the first time tonight, Zach Moore for the Wolves. .5:30 to go before halftime. Wolves could take the lead here. Clay guarded by Shabazz, and BJ comes up with a steal, knocking it away. Big stop there for the Yellow Jackets. Shabazz hands off to Wiggins. Now over to Ajanaku. Gets the bucket and he's fouled. E-Man was thinking about a dunk. Cobb didn't let him have it, but fouled him, and Ajanaku still able to get the layup to go. So he's got a chance for a 3-point play. Dyson Hughes back in for Western Oregon. Tough take there from Emmanuel Ajanaku. He's had a great start to this one. And he rattles the free throw home. Back to a 4-point advantage now for the Yellow Jackets. 31-27. Would be huge for MSUB, I'm sure, at this point, just to get to halftime with the lead. And thankfully for them, Cranston on the bench for at least a couple of minutes to catch his breath. Morrill Keeler, easy take that time. Nice find from Dyson Hughes underneath. Jackets by a bucket. Halftime approaching. Shabazz to the corner. Sebastião back around to Wiggins. Carrington to Shabazz for 3. Off the mark, and there's Ajanaku with the rebound. Ajanaku now with 6 boards, and that time he created a second chance bucket for BJ Shabazz. He's got 6 points early. Jackets playing very well, maybe with the exception of defending the 3-point line. That's really the only area of this game they're getting burned right now. The Wolves not doing much underneath. Now Moore tries a 3 from the corner, won't go, and Ajanaku already up to rebound number 7. 7.7 boards for the big man. He's been awesome early. Wiggins a deep 3. A little bit short, and Clay's got the rebound. Carrington has hit a couple from the arc. He's got a dozen points to lead the Yellow Jackets. Morrow Keeler up against Ajanaku, and E-Man won't let that one go. Another rebound. Thacker driving into the lane, looking for some room, but the Wolves force him back out. Under 3 minutes to go before halftime now. Shabazz spins around. Wild layup wouldn't go, but Ajanaku's got the rebound. Not going to matter because it's a shot clock violation for the Jackets. Timeout on the floor. MSUB up 33-29. Emmanuel Ajanaku has been a rebounding machine. 9 boards for him here early in this one, and he's averaging 5.5 on the season, but already miles ahead of that. His season high, 11. That was on December 2nd against Northwest Nazarene, and he had 10 boards his last time out against Rollins. So Ajanaku getting it done underneath the bucket, both on the offensive and the defensive side. That's the thing. He's getting boards both places. He's on the bench now as Cranston back in, promptly tries a 3. Morrow Keeler foul on the rebound attempt. Jimmy Brown back in underneath for the Jackets. Emmanuel Akpon back in, and Burkett as well for MSUB. Cranston, of course, back for the Wolves. And Tyreek Price over in the corner for Western Oregon. Cranston has his first 2-pointer of the night. He's leading everybody with 20 first-half points. Wiggins driving, left hand off the glass, and good from Carrington Wiggins. He's got 14 now. Zach Moore knocks down a corner tray. The Wolves are 8 for 20 now from 3-point range. Just a hair under 50%. It has kept them in the game. They trail by a point. Wiggins driving, steps back, finds Thacker for a good look at a 3 from the corner. Rebound tipped into the hands of Tyreek Price. He'll slow it down. Didn't really have a chance for a fast break. Wolves a chance to take the lead one more time. They led 2-0. That's it. Been an uphill battle, but they're all the way back as we move towards a minute to go in the first half. Cranston was fouled underneath. Jackets still had a foul to give, so that's not going to be free throws. The next one will for the Wolves. Nick Sebastio is coming back for the Jackets.
Nicholas Sebastio checks in for the Yellow Jackets.
One minute to go in the first half. 35-34, MSUB in front. Hughes Lost control, but able to keep possession. 8 seconds on the shot clock now for Western Oregon, trying to get it inside to Morrill Keeler. Had it batted away, and Briquette comes up with the steal. Wiggins looking to push it. Brown throws it away in transition. Now Hughes bringing it the other direction. Cranston for three. Got it. Unbelievable. Cameron Cranston, 7 3-pointers, 23 first-half points. And for the first time since this game was 2-0, the Wolves have the lead. Mick Durham needs to take a timeout before the final possession of the first half. 37-35, Western Oregon in front. So just a quick 30-second breather for the Jackets to talk it over. Got to imagine they're at least thinking about holding for the last shot of the half. Shot clock's off, 24.5 seconds on the clock, and the Jackets maybe thinking worst-case scenario, we go in down 2, but you'd love a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3-ball if you can get a good look here. 37-35. We'll see what MSUB's plan is. They can hold for the last shot if they want to. Wiggins nearly traveled. The Wolves wanted it. 10 seconds, Thacker up top. Floating layup, no good. Rebound tipped around, still loose. No shot going to be taken. And Western Oregon comes back from a 10-point first-half deficit to head to the locker room up 37-35. We'll take a break and then take a look at first-half numbers. You're watching GNAC Basketball on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. A well-played opening half by both teams, but Western Oregon certainly with the momentum behind Cameron Cranston. He missed his first 2 threes of the night, and then after that, 7 for 9 from the arc. So Cranston already 1 away from tying the Western Oregon school record for three-pointers in a game. It's 8, and it's been done 3 times. Robert Day did it twice. Established the mark on January 16th, 2003, and then matched it on March 4th, 2004. Most recently, Demetrius Trammell did it, November 11th, 2017. So 3 different times a Western Oregon player has hit 8 threes in a game. Cranston hit 7 in the first half, and that's why Western Oregon's up 37-35. Cranston with 23 points. And the Wolves have only made 3 two-point field goals, 1 by Cranston and then 2 more by John Morrow-Keeler. Western Oregon, though, is shooting 40% overall, 12 for 39 of 21 from three-point range, which is 42.9%. The Jackets, meanwhile, shooting 41.2% overall, just 4 for 16 from long range, so the Jackets surely will look to get their three-point shooting going. Free throws, not too much of a factor. The Jackets 4 for 4. Western Oregon 4 for 4. The Jackets 3 for 5. MSUB, thanks to Emmanuel Ajanaku with an edge in rebounding. He's got 9 of their 21. Western Oregon, meanwhile, with 17 boards. 7 offensive rebounds, worth mentioning for MSUB as well. 3 turnovers apiece for these teams, so they've both protected the ball very well. 14 points off the bench for MSUB, and again, Ajanaku, he's got 7 of those. Individually, we talked all about Cameron Cranston. That's really been it for Western Oregon. Morrow-Keeler's got 6 points and 4 rebounds, but Cranston has well over half of his team's 37 points. Wiggins getting it done for the Jackets just like he usually does, averaging 15 and a half. Coming into tonight, he's got 14. And other than that, it's been Ajanaku. He's already nearly at a double-double, 7 points, 9 rebounds. Damon Thacker has been dishing it out nicely. He's got 5 assists in the first half, but no other Yellow Jacket besides Ajanaku has more than 4 points. We'll take one more quick break, 2 minutes, and then second half action coming your way. So just about ready to get back after it. Should be an exciting second half. Wolves by a bucket. Jackets led by as much as 10. They were up 15-5 early, a great start. And that was until the Wolves caught fire from the arc. Same 5 for Western Oregon. Clay, Price, Hughes, Cranston, and Morrill Keeler. For the Yellow Jackets, the same 5 as well. Thacker, Wiggins, Briquette, Sebastio, and Jimmy Brown. Here we go, second half underway. Morrill Keeler puts it on the floor and bobbled just a little bit. Now a 3 on the way. Price trying to get right back into that three-point shooting, but off the mark that time. Thacker looking for Brown underneath over Jimmy's head that time. And a turnover for the Yellow Jackets. Underneath, now out to the wing. The Wolves with the extra pass. Hughes for 3 off the mark. Got to imagine the Jackets going to emphasize closing out on Cranston a little more. Just can't let him go off the way he did in the first half. 7 3-pointers, 23 points. Just too much to allow to one player. Brown looking underneath for Briquette. Had it stripped away. Hughes came away with the steal. Cranston trailing. Got to keep the eye on him. Briquette's there. Cranston steps back for 3, and there it is, number 8. Unbelievable. So Cranston has tied the Western Oregon single-game record for threes. We're 90 seconds into the second half. Third player and the 4th overall time that a Wolf has hit 8 3-pointers in a game, and you got to believe Cranston not done yet. Wiggins tries to respond, but he left it short. Hughes in transition all the way to the bucket. A lot of contact, no whistle underneath. A little bit surprising, I got to say. It was a very tightly officiated first half, and less contact than that has been called a foul tonight. Instead, the Wolves will settle to keep possession. Manuel Ajanaku and B.J. Shabazz back in for the Yellow Jackets, who now trail by 5 points. Cranston guarded closely by Shabazz. Drives and kicks out to the wing. 3 for Price on the way. Rims out, and Shabazz with the rebound. Thacker driving hard. Layup wouldn't go, but he's fouled. Morrill Keeler with the foul. Thacker's got the first. Quiet half for Dame offensively. Well, I should say in the scoring department. Only had 3 points, but 5 assists, so still a huge part of the Yellow Jacket offense. He just impacts the game in so many ways. Jackets, I'm sure, will look for Thacker to score a couple more points here in the second half. Hits both free throws, back to a one-possession game. 40-37 Wolves. Shabazz in there to try to man-mark Cranston. Hughes underneath. Right hand wouldn't go. Rebound into the hands of Damon Thacker, who looks to push the tempo. Pass tipped, but into the hands of Sebastio. Whistle away from the ball. Hold is going to be called on Yosani Clay.
Yosani Clay.
Shabazz to inbound. Now Thacker off balance, but he gets the driving, floating layup to go in. Thacker with 4 straight points, and he's got the Jackets back within 1. Shabazz tightly on Cranston. Now Morrill Keeler hands off to Clay up top. Step back from Yosani Clay is short, and Shabazz has another rebound. Shabazz has been impactful since going in, a couple of quick rebounds. Now Thacker, open lane, Damon Thacker with 6 straight points, and the Jackets back in front now. The 6th-year senior stepping up to get MSUB back in front, and since Shabazz has come back into the game, Cranston has not even attempted a 3. That one tipped away. Wiggins ends up with it. Now Sebastio drives, right hand off the glass, but just left it a little short. Wolves look to push the tempo. Step back 3 from Clay, and that one circles home. Yosani Clay with his first 3 of the night. He's got 5 points now to go along with 4 rebounds. Back and forth we go through the opening 5 minutes of the second half. Shabazz fouled by Cranston. 3rd team foul on the Wolves. That takes us to a media timeout, 43-41, Western Oregon in front. So Thacker has carried the weight here in the early going in the second half for MSUB. 6 quick points for him. He's up to 9 in the game. Yellow Jacket ball coming out of the timeout. Second foul on Cranston. Jackets working it around the arc. Wiggins calling for a Janaku on the screen. 3 seconds to shoot. Jackets have to hurry. They're going to have possession, but only 2 seconds. Coming out of the timeout, the shot clock reset to just 20. Or actually, it may not have reset at all. It may have just kept rolling after the foul. So 2 seconds to shoot. Jackets have to get a shot off quickly here. Shabazz to inbound underneath. Sebastio got to let it go, and he does at the buzzer. Nice play from MSUB to get points there, and we're all tied at 43-43. Morrill Keeler thought about a 3. Every once in a while, he'll let one fly. He's got 9 attempts on the year. 3 on the way from Guananji, or check that, Dyson Hughes. Now Morrill Keeler, after the O board, has it fall to Shabazz. Wolves led by 5 after the first possession of the half. Cranston hit his 8th 3 promptly out of the halftime break. But now we're all tied. Thacker, short jumper to short, and the Wolves bring it the other way. Wide open look for Tyreek Price, and he knocks it down. Well, Cranston's the main weapon, but the Wolves proving that they got a lot of guys who can shoot the three ball. 12 for 28 now. Thacker driving layup is good. Now Myers to Cranston, and Shabazz just not going to let him get a three off, at least the best you can try. And that's how you have to play him. You got to at least take away that threat. The Wolves trying to make other things work. Brent Finn back in for the Jackets. Elihu Cobb back for Western Oregon. Wolves ball up by a point. Five seconds to shoot. Cranston wants a three. Can't get it. Now at the buzzer, it's going to be Myers, and he's too strong with it. Rebound, though, tipped in the hand of Price. Driving layup swatted by Ajanaku, and he's whistled for the foul. Price went down hard. Strong take to the bucket. Had it blocked, but wasn't clean. And on top of that, they're going to say that the basket counts as a result of goaltending. So not only did Ajanaku not block the shot, he was late to it, committed the foul, and the bucket's good. So a chance for a three-point play for Price after all that. And he knocks it down. Wolves back up by 4 after the three-point play. Thacker underneath to Ajanaku, had it tipped away, but a foul call. I was going to say that was the first miscue of the night for Emmanuel Ajanaku. He's been so good and very close to being a clean block, just a little bit late underneath, but he's been huge. Jackets would not be where they are without Ajanaku's effort off the bench thus far. He was fouled that time, so the Jackets keep possession. Wiggins trapped up, now finds Shabazz. Drives inside, short layup, no good, gets his own board. Back up, and that one goes. B.J. Shabazz with the points. He's up to 6 now. Jackets back within 2. Price gives it off to Cobb. Now Myers. Inside and thrown away. Wiggins read that all the way, and he's got a steal. Midway point here in the second half. Wiggins driving, spins around underneath, up and under, off the glass and good. Fancy footwork from Carrington Wiggins. He's up to 16 points. Working on upping that season average, which sat at 15.5 coming into tonight. Carrington's above that, and he's leading the team in scoring. We're all tied once again, 49-49. Wide open from the corner is Price. Left it short, rebound all the way back to him. Ooh, Cranston's got room for 3, and he hits again. Cameron Cranston hadn't hit a 3 in nearly 7 minutes. That's because Shabazz had been in his face. The moment he gets a foot of room, he knocks down his 9th of the night, and now he solely is the Western Oregon record holder for three-pointers made in a game. 3 times a Wolf had hit 8. Now Cranston, with 11:07 to go, has hit 9 three-pointers. He's up to 29 points, and the Wolves back in front, 52-49. Timeout on the floor. Well, Cameron Cranston, when he's ready to shoot, he lets it fly, and he hits all the time. 9 3-pointers, 9 for 13. And he missed his first 2 of the night. He's 9 for his last 11 from the arc. That's the Western Oregon single-game record. And he's now flirting with the GNAC single-game record. He needs 3 more. It's 12. It's been done twice. Once by former Yellow Jacket Tyler Green, but Cranston has been unstoppable. 11:07 still to go in this game, and Shabazz had been doing an excellent job defensively on him. Hadn't even let him have a 3-point shot attempt until that last one getting into the timeout. My goodness, 29 for Cameron Cranston. We knew he'd be a problem, but he's on record-setting pace tonight. A turnover for the Jackets coming out of the timeout. Myers looking for a pass. Back to him in the corner. Instead, he puts it on the floor again. Now Zach Moore from the corner. He hits a 3. Zach Moore with his second tray of the night, and all of a sudden, the Wolves have their largest lead up by 6. This is already far and away the most 3-pointers the Jackets have allowed this year. 14 now for Western Oregon. Jimmy Brown underneath is fouled by Cobb. The Jackets allowed a dozen threes to Black Hills State on November 24th. That had been the high, but now Western Oregon 14 for 32 from long range, 43.8%. Brown hits the first free throw. And Jimmy Brown hits them both. Jackets trying to keep pace here. It's not happening from the arc for them tonight. They're just 4 for 17 from long range. But despite that, they trail by just 4. Cranston, this time inside the arc, wild shot. Not a good look there, and more good defense from Shabazz. That was a 2 from Cranston, his foot well inside the line. Sebastião back out. Instead, it's stolen. Wiggins was there, but so was Cranston. Now he's fouled underneath. Carrington helping him back up. We'll see if they call that on the shot or before. The referee's discussing it now. Cranston's already at the free throw line. Now the official's going to talk over whether maybe an intentional foul should have been called. It was just Wiggins guarding Cranston in transition. Yeah, Carrington really did the right thing. I don't know about an intentional foul. Jimmy Brown was on his way back, too. I think probably ought to just stay as a common foul, which it is now. But either way, I believe Cranston going to be heading to the free throw line. That's just the first foul of the half against the Jackets. Meanwhile, the Wolves have committed 6, so that's at least worth mentioning. The Jackets going to be going to the free throw line the rest of the game on fouls. So they do have that in their favor, but MSUB's got to get something going. Maybe from the arc, and they've really been all right. They've hung around in this game. Usually if you give up 14 3-pointers and you're only midway through the second half, you're usually down by more than 4 points, but the Jackets right here, this is still anybody's game. The Wolves have only made 4 two-pointers in the game, so they're not doing really anything in the paint. Morrill Keeler had those early buckets, but curious to see if maybe that was something that would change after early on in this game, but it definitely hasn't. And with the way the Wolves have shot from the arc, you just keep on shooting. It has gotten them in front here. Still lots of time left in this one. Western Oregon has led by as much as 6 points. That was after Zach Moore's corner tray. The Jackets led by 10, but that was very, very early. That was 15-5. In any case, would expect this one to be close the rest of the way. So I think they're just staying with a common foul. And it's not going to be free throws for Cranston. It was on the floor before the shot. Wolves ball underneath. Well, now the referees are talking about it. Yep, now they're going to say it is 2 shots. They were going to give it to him underneath, and then now they've changed their mind. So after all of that, Cranston will have free throws. That's just his first trip to the line tonight. And he hits both. 31 points now for Cranston. Underneath, Shabazz. Layup wouldn't go, gets it back, and then he's fouled.
Foul number 22 is Zach Moore.
Moore committing the foul. Rick Durham still talking to the official about why Cranston was awarded free throws. But that ship has sailed. Shabazz, meanwhile, misses the front end of his 2 shots. Emmanuel Ajanaku back in. Shabazz hits the second. Now Brent Finn and Malik Briquette back for the Jackets. They trail by 5. Myers to bring it up for Western Oregon. Looks like it's going to be Briquette now tasked with guarding Cranston, who drives underneath. Short jumper, short, and he's fouled. Cranston going back to the free throw line. So he hit the 3 at the 11-minute mark. Now he's saying, well, if you won't give me the three-pointer, I'll drive and get fouled. Second straight trip to the line for Cranston, leaves the first one short. John Morrill Keeler back in for the Wolves. This is the only GNAC game going on tonight. Everything else postponed. The surging COVID cases are just messing up travel and the conference basketball schedule. Cranston missed both free throws, so the Jackets catch a break there. Wiggins underneath to Ajanaku. Double teamed, looking for some room. E-Man makes the short layup. Had been quiet since 7 first half points, but now he's up to 9 and 1 point away from a double-double. Jackets back within a single possession. Underneath, Morrill Keeler, easy layup, left hand off the glass, and good. Approaching 8 minutes to go, 59-54, Western Oregon. Ajanaku Outside for Wiggins, tries a three. Carrington Wiggins knocks it down in a quick timeout for Mick Durham. Jackets had been just 4 for 17. We'll see if that heats them up. Under 8 minutes to go here at Alterowitz Gym. Well, there's the Yellow Jacket women's basketball team. They were supposed to play the nightcap of our doubleheader, but Western Washington held up in health and safety protocols, and so that's postponed. The Jackets on the women's side had both their games in Alaska postponed. Now tonight against Western Washington postponed. As of now, they're in action Saturday against Simon Fraser. So the ladies out supporting the men, who are right in this one, down by a bucket against Western Oregon. 7:43 to go. Cranston closed out on by Briquette. Jackets cannot afford for him to do any more damage from the arc. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Open look for Yosani Clay, and it goes down. 15th tray of the night for Western Oregon. My goodness. Thacker, good find underneath for Ajanaku, who waits, and he's fouled on his way up. So this will be our under 8 media timeout, with Ajanaku heading to the line in just a couple of moments. Five-point ball game. Ajanaku at the free throw line. Banks in the free throw. So officially, Emmanuel Ajanaku has got his first career double-double. The second-year freshman from Nigeria was in the program last spring. Jackets didn't get to play any games. Second year. And the second free throw good. So Ajanaku, 11 points, 10 rebounds. He's been huge off the bench. Jackets back within 3 points now, 62-59. Approaching 7 minutes to go. Open look for Price. That one was in and out. Tipped back out to Myers. Now a deep three from Clay on the way. That won't go, and Ajanaku rips down his 11th board. Thacker. Now Ajanaku from just beyond the free throw line, and E-Man hits another one. Wolves by a point. Getting interesting now as we get to crunch time at Alterowitz Gym. Morrill Keeler trying to go to work. Flips it underneath to Myers. Now driving inside and kicking out is Clay. Throws it away. So good defensive stand there. Ajanaku has scored 4 straight points, and now the Jackets have the ball with a chance to take the lead. Brent Finn back in, by the way, for MSUB, coming out of the timeout. Thacker to Finn, who drives baseline, goes up against Morrill Keeler and gets it over the big man. Brent Finn, a big bucket, and that gives the Yellow Jackets the lead, 63-62. Cranston has been quiet lately since missing both those free throws. Now it's thrown away. So it's now a 6-0 run for the Jackets, who find themselves in front. Wiggins, not much room to work with as he drives and looking for a pass. Double teamed underneath, gets it to Thacker. 5 to shoot. Dame drives, lays it up, no good. Wiggins the O-board in the layup, no good again, and Burkett turns it over. Now it's thrown away by Cranston. McDermott wants Thacker to slow it down. Five minutes to go. Ajanaku, one-on-one with Morrill Keeler, right hand, and good. Ajanaku's been rock solid underneath. A career-high 15 points. He's got 11 boards. He's got a double-double, and the Jackets up by 3. Energy coming from the MSUB bench now. They've got momentum back in their hands. Brent Finn blocks his shot from behind, and Ajanaku with another board. Finn doing the little things off the bench. Hit that key floating layup, and now Thacker calls timeout. No, the referee calls timeout. They're saying the ball is wet. So referee timeout now. You grab a towel to get the moisture off the ball. It's very, very cold in Billings right now. Under 10 degrees. Has been snowing all day, and I wonder if some humidity in the building. Shabazz back in for the Jackets. 4:16 to go. And ever so slightly, MSUB has wrestled momentum back. 65-62. Wiggins. Thacker with 6 to shoot. Driving. Tried to get it to Ajanaku underneath, but a wild giveaway that time. Media timeout. Last one. Then the final 3:57. Going to be a good finish. That Yellow Jacket bench energized coming out of the timeout. Wolves ball, 3-point ball game. Dyson Hughes bringing it across for Western Oregon. Going to be an entertaining final 4 minutes. Shabazz back on Cranston, who drives, kicks out. 3 on the way from Price, and it rims out. Morrill Keeler, the old board in the bucket. John Morrill Keeler had been quiet underneath lately, but he's up to a dozen. And it's back to a 1-point game. Wiggins. Brent Finn, who's been impactful. Wiggins, deep 3, off the mark, and Ajanaku, the old board, and puts it in. Well, it's been Emmanuel Ajanaku's night. 17 points, 13 boards for the big man, and he's kept the Jackets in front. Cranston drives. Left-handed layup off the glass, and Shabazz didn't get to it until it had hit the glass. So 2 more points for Cranston. He's up to 33. One-point lead now for the Yellow Jackets, who are patiently just bringing the time down. Trying to eat up clock and keep command. They're clinging to the lead. 6 seconds to shoot now for Wiggins. Looking for room, right hand, and it's good! With 1 second on the shot clock. Carrington Wiggins up to 21 points. Driving floater, rattles around and out off the hand of Hughes. Finn there for the rebound. Thacker over to Wiggins, thought about a 3. Now he drives, tiptoes, Ajanaku underneath. Back out to Thacker. Jackets will calm things down inside of 2 minutes to go. A bucket here would be huge for MSUB. Thacker, a lot of contact and the whistle goes. This one's going to be on Yosani Clay. It was Morrill Keeler who went to the floor, but they called a foul on Yosani Clay, who can't believe it. 9th team foul on the Wolves. This will be a 1-and-1 for Thacker. Dame's at 11 points. It's the first. Second one good. Thacker hits both. The Jackets up to a 5-point lead. That's their largest of the second half. Now Western Oregon going to have to play from behind. Cranston, guarded by Shabazz. Left hand off the glass, no good. Now a wide open layup for Wiggins, and he's got it. Jackets by 7. Almost thrown away, and it is. Wiggins to Thacker, lays it home. Timeout, Western Oregon. The Jackets storm back to life, and with 1:25 to go, they're up by 9. Well, the Yellow Jackets look pretty darn good for not having played in almost a month. And barring some kind of huge collapse, they're going to move to 2-1 in the GNAC standings. And I wouldn't have said that 30 seconds ago, but now it's a 9-point lead with 1:25 to go. Western Oregon now needs a ton of points and a ton of stops. And the Jackets will be in the double bonus the rest of the way. So as long as MSUB can make its free throws, this is their game to lose. 75-66. Last chance for Western Oregon. The three ball has carried them tonight, but looking like it might not be enough. Cranston, another one. No good. Thacker with the rebound. Thacker lost control. Now a tie-up. Whistle goes. I believe it'll be a jump ball. They're going to first get the players off of one another. Possessions with MSUB, and it is indeed a jump ball, so stays with the Jackets. A little bit of frustration there from Yosani Clay getting up. Can't blame him when you're at the bottom of one of those piles, not comfortable. 1:10 to go. Shabazz gets it into Ajanaku. Jackets just need to protect the rock here. Draw fouls if that's what Western Oregon wants to do. Now Thacker's got it. 60 seconds left. Jackets just going to take time off. That's all they got to do. Wiggins had it stripped away. Steal from Morrill Keeler. Three in transition for Clay. Rattles in. Not quite done yet. 6-point game, 44.7. Now the Wolves, a desperate full-court press. Looking for a turnover. Shabazz, a 5-second count. Unbelievable. Couldn't get it in. Now the Wolves have the ball. Don't go anywhere yet. Timeout, Western Oregon. My goodness. Well, with the way Western Oregon shoots it from the perimeter, this one's still far from over. 16 trays on 38 attempts from long range for the Wolves. That is far and away their most attempts in a game this season. They went 16 for 34 in a 77-56 win over Sonoma State on November 20th. 16 for 38 tonight. And you got to imagine that's going to be the play that Wes Pfeiffer's drawing up coming out of this timeout. Well, a whole new ball game moments ago. It was the Jackets by 9 with a minute to go, but then a turnover, a three from Yosani Clay, and then a 5-second count turnover by the Jackets, and the Wolves still with some time and a chance. Price with it. Western Oregon has time, but they do have to hurry. Can't let too much come off, and now a whistle away from the ball is going to help the Wolves out. Carrington Wiggins called for a foul. Jackets have plenty of fouls to give. That's just their fourth of the half, so they've still got 2 more fouls before the Wolves shoot free throws. Meanwhile, precious seconds ticking off for Western Oregon. Good tight defense from the Jackets. 30 seconds left in the game. Kicked away, out of bounds. 27.8 on the clock. So the Wolves still only 2 3-pointers away from tying, but they've taken up 19 seconds in this possession and going to take up at least a few more. That could be huge. Cranston guarded closely by Shabazz, looking for room, driving. Middle of the key, and he hits it. Now it's thrown away, and Cranston's got it. Now he throws it away. Oh, my goodness. The Jackets just nearly throwing it right back to the Wolves. In fact, Cranston had it in his hands. My goodness. But Cranston threw it away, and now the Jackets looking like they're just going to survive the madness. Wiggins with free throws, 16.7 seconds left on the clock. Any way you slice it's going to be a two-possession game. Carrington trying to make it 6 points, which he can do if he makes this free throw. Wolves, you got to imagine, are just going to try and sling it and hit a quick three. Then you have to foul and hope for misses. A lot has to go right. Wiggins hits the second. Timeout, MSUB. Well, we'll keep it right here for the timeout. And, well, it's been a little bit bumpy, but the Jackets looking like they're going to hold on and pull out the victory. Well, you got to remember, they haven't played since December 18th. You had the holiday break, players were gone, and then you were back, and you were all ready for the games in Alaska. Those got postponed due to COVID and weather that impacted flights and MSUB's ability to even get up to Fairbanks. So you didn't get to play last week at all. The positive is you got some more time to practice, but the fact that it's been a little shaky closing this out, well, it's a little understandable. It's been 3 weeks since you've played an official game. But things looking good. 16.7 seconds on the clock. Western Oregon ball. They've got to take it the length of the court. They trail by 6, so you got to have a quick three here and then hope for either a turnover or a foul and then a couple misses from the free throw line. Whatever the Wolves do, they got to hurry. Hughes has got it now. Need to get a shot up. Thrown and deflected by Ajanaku out of bounds. Stay with us after the game. We're going to talk to Big E, who's having the game of his young MSUB career. Career highs both in scoring and rebounding. We'll talk to Mick Durham as well. Cranston guarded closely by Shabazz. Can't even get a shot off. Now it comes from Hughes. Off the mark. Wiggins with the board, and the Jackets ring in the new year with a GNAC victory. 77-71. They take down the Wolves. And MSUB fought hard, came back from a second-half deficit, and a very, very satisfying win for Mick Durham's crew. Final from Billings, 77-71. We're going to take a break. We'll look at the final numbers from tonight, and then we're going to hear from the head man for the Jackets, Mick Durham, and tonight's star of the game, Emmanuel Ajanaku, in just a couple of minutes. Final from Alterowitz Gym, the Yellow Jackets led big early, then had to make this one a comeback win, but they get it done 77-71. Well, the story of the night for Western Oregon was the perimeter shooting. 16 for 39, 41%, and just the sheer volume is what kept them in the game, and up until very late had them in front. Yellow Jackets, meanwhile, just 5 for 19 from the arc. That's just 26.3%. But they didn't need it tonight as badly as they needed the performance of Emmanuel Ajanaku, the big double-double underneath. MSUB overall shot 50.9% in the game, 29 for 57. Jackets also dominated the glass, 40-26. So they got it done in the paint. The Wolves were nearly non-existent in the paint. Both teams protected the ball well. Jackets with a dozen turnovers. Western Oregon limited it to 10 giveaways. Cameron Cranston, 35 points. That's tied for the 8th highest single-game total in Western Oregon University history, and it is the 4th highest point total by a player in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference this season. Cranston hit 9 three-pointers. That broke the Western Oregon record, most by any GNAC player this season. The Western Oregon record had been 8 threes, but Cranston was red hot from the arc. Aside from that, not really a ton happened offensively for Western Oregon. Yosani Clay finished with 11. John Morrow Keeler had 10 points and 4 rebounds underneath. But other than the 35 from Cranston, the Wolves couldn't get anything going offensively. Carrington Wiggins led the Yellow Jackets with 25 points. Big night for Carrington, and that is his season high in scoring. It had been 24, which he did on December 8th against Rocky, but Wiggins tonight, 10 for 18, hit 3 three-pointers. Also chipped in 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. So Carrington, a big night. But the performance of the night, Emmanuel Ajanaku off the bench, 17 points, 13 rebounds. Damon Thacker added 15 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Pretty typical stuff from Dame there, just getting it done all over the place. And also for the Yellow Jackets, B.J. Shabazz, 7 points, 5 rebounds, great defense on Cranston. And throw in Brent Finn, 5 points off the bench, had the block as well, and not a huge night statistically, but just did some little things that were really important for MSUB, leading to this victory. The Yellow Jackets improving to 6-7 now on the year. They're 2-1 in the GNAC standings. That'll bump them up into a big tie for third place. Western Oregon also moving to 2-1 with the defeat. Western Oregon now 3-8 overall on the season. And this was the only action in conference play tonight. So at the top of the league standings with a nice shiny record of 1-0, going to be Simon Fraser after tonight. Then it's Western Oregon, MSUB, Central Washington, and Alaska Anchorage. They're all 2-1. St. Martin's is 1-1. We'll see them on Saturday night here at Alterowitz Gym. SPU and Northwest Nazarene 1-2 apiece. Western Washington 0-1, and Alaska is 0-2. We've got Emmanuel Ajanaku with us momentarily, who had quite the game for the Jackets. And E, can you hear us down there?
Yeah, I can.
Hey, man, congrats on the win. Hard-fought victory tonight. Talk about what this means for you guys, just the energy it gave you.
We've just been trying to get our defense together. We've had a couple close games where lost a buzzer beater against the number 4 team, and coach kept talking to us, telling us to believe in our defense, and we just kept fighting. And yeah, it means a lot to us. We just beat this team, ended with 2-0. Now we're 2-1. We're gonna keep coming.
Talk about your day today. What did you do mentally to prepare? I mean, you had such an amazing game off the bench. What was going through your mind? What were you focused on coming into this game to allow you to play like this?
During warm-ups, I felt pretty good during warm-ups. Did my hook shots, shot my free throw. I just felt really good. And I came in and produced, just kept trying to fight on defense. And all thanks to my teammates, too. They kept pushing me, and it was just a good game for me.
Yeah, you really got it done in the paint tonight. 17 points, 13 rebounds. In Western Oregon, they were scoring from three-point range, but they just almost didn't have a presence underneath. Talk about your ability to rebound on both ends and your ability to score underneath tonight.
Coach keeps pushing me and telling me no one can guard me in this league, and I should just play up to expectation and keep going hard. And I just showed that tonight and just played great, out a good game.
Yeah, you guys had a long break. You hadn't been able to play since December 18th. Obviously, last week disappointing and frustrating with your games being postponed. A big win tonight. How does this give you momentum going into St. Martin's Saturday?
we just got to come back with the same energy, come back with the same defense, and keep pushing hard. And we're a great team. We just got to keep playing hard on D, and it's going to show up on defense, and we're going to win games like this.
All right, there's Emmanuel Ajanaku, his first career double-double, 17 points, 13 boards. E-Man, great job tonight. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, we'll have head coach Mick Durham coming up momentarily, but Ajanaku really stole the show tonight, got it done all over the place, and it was immediate. As soon as he came into the game off the bench, he started rebounding right away, and the big thing for him was the scoring tonight. For Ajanaku, 7 for 7. He did not miss, and he made all 3 of his free throws. So, really, by any measure that you put it, a pretty perfect night from the second-year freshman out of Nigeria. Head coach Mick Durham walking over now. We'll get his thoughts after the victory over the Wolves as MSUB improves to 2-1 in conference play on the year. You got that record up over 500 in the early going. Still a lot of play left to go. 15 more league games after tonight, but the Jackets right where they want to be, and really a hard-fought finish for them. Coach, can you hear us down there?
Yeah, I just got a Big E's mic's a little taller than mine.
Well, yeah, he's up in the
he is a little bit, and he played like that tonight too.
Boy, he didn't he,
Yeah.
and it was immediate. Off the bench, he needed a spark, and from the very first minute that he was in this game, he never looked back. Just talk about his performance.
Well, coming off the break too, he was playing pretty good in Vegas, and then we came off the break. It took him about 3 days to get back here after Christmas from San Francisco with a couple delays and overnights in Salt Lake and Denver. So, but the extra couple days of practice this week, our guys were dragging. The first game after the break, we haven't played for 2.5 weeks, but they were tired at the end too. And I thought our guys had some good, strong will there. That spurt late with a couple minutes to go where we broke it open was unbelievable. We finally got a few steals and got a couple easy hoops and held on at the end. We got to clean up some things late. Obviously, we had a couple bad turnovers there, but we'll take it.
Yeah, and this was a game where Western Oregon lived and died by the three-point line. I mean, Cranston hit 9 threes. He broke the school record for threes tonight. But the thing that you did well was protected inside. They had almost no presence underneath. Of course, Ajanaku, a big part of that. But, I mean, you defended him well when you could. Shabazz was big on Cranston there for that big stretch. But just talk about how you managed to see this one out.
Well, I thought we defended Cranston better the second half. There's no question. He had 25 here 2 years ago. And so obviously he likes this gym. But I thought a couple other guys were hurting us the second half. Clay hit a three. Price, can shoot it. But they live off that three. And for the most part, finally they missed a couple. And we just, we're a little better defensively than that. We just coming off the break, a few things slipped. But again, you ran into a team that was pretty hot that first half, especially Cranston. So we'll learn. This was good to get back. We hope we can continue to play. I know everybody in our league wants to play, and it's just great to get a game back in after 2.5 weeks, and hopefully we'll get another win in on Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. And I think everyone is feeling fortunate to play. This was the only GNAC game tonight. Everyone else postponed. Just a couple other guys to mention quickly. Of course, Carrington Wiggins, season-high 25 points. Thacker, 15 and 7 assists. Even Brent Finn there coming off the bench. He had 5 points, but that huge floater over their big man and that block from behind. A lot of guys did a lot of little things.
No, they did. And we did. We went with Brent late instead of Sebastio. And obviously Shabazz gives us a nice presence, and Malik Burkett gave us some minutes there. We didn't. It gets hard to sub. That second half. Down the stretch. But I think a couple key subs there kept a few guys fresh, and no, that was good. I mean, this is a team that's kind of had our number here lately, so it's kind of nice to get a win here against Western Oregon.
Final score 77-71. Mick Durham's team up to 2-1 in GNAC play. Coach, thanks and congrats on the win.
Okay, we'll see you Saturday.
All right, Yellow Jackets will be back in action Saturday at 5:15 p.m. St. Martin's coming to town here at Alterowitz Gym. Thanks so much. So good to be back with GNAC action for you. Evan O'Kelly saying, have a very good night. We'll be back in a couple days here on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network.